Welcome back, everybody, to the You Don't Know That podcast. I don't know why I always have to pause.
You have to remember
what's
the name.
of our podcast again?
Yeah.
That's why when we don't record on a regular basis.
Well, this is actually the fastest back-to-back we've had. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Official 2 weeks.
We're getting consistent. We're doing it.
I mean, really, we could technically record every week, but that'd be such a weird schedule for
it'd be hard.
both
That'd
of us.
be difficult. I'm Nick. That's Dillon.
Yep.
We're doing it again. So we were So this is supposed to be the movie episode,
right?
Because we was talking about movies a little bit last week. Oh, I remember another reason why we were going to talk about movies. We got to dig deep into your lack of.
Oh yeah.
Watching like
what I haven't watched.
Big name mainstream movies.
Oh yeah.
And the ones that you have seen versus the ones you haven't seen.
Right. Okay, but that's gonna be. We gotta start off with the. Can't start off with the main course.
No,
you gotta.
We gonna
build
work,
it up.
We gotta work our way towards that.
Yeah.
That's
You gotta get some sliders.
Yeah, we gotta get some wings.
Yeah,
we gotta order some wings for the table.
Get some breadsticks.
Yeah, some chips and salsa before we get to
some water. I need to get some water first.
Some water.
Yeah.
So we're recording this right, or I guess literally as the NFL playoffs are going on.
Yeah, in fact, right before we started, in probably the most movie-esque way possible, the Los Angeles Rams have officially beaten the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFL playoffs.
We can talk about this because there's going to be a movie made about Tom Brady at some point.
Oh yeah,
and
we literally said as we were watching in the third quarter, like it was 27-3.
Yeah,
and we were, my mom now has gotten into football a lot now.
And she's a Rams fan.
And she's a Rams fan. And she was saying, oh, the Rams got this covered. It's easy. Yeah. And me and Nick both said, I don't know. It's Tom Brady. If there's anyone who's going to bring this back, it's Tom Brady. In the third quarter, 27-3, it's going to be Tom Brady. And sure enough, we got to the location to record this podcast, we check, and it's 27-27 in the fourth quarter.
It was It was already third quarter when it was 27-3.
Yeah.
And by the time from that third quarter to we were in the car.
Yep.
Made it back to my house.
Yeah.
27-27.
27-27. And it was Bucks ball.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh no.
Oh, Bucks just scored a touchdown.
Bucks just scored the touchdown.
27-20.
Right.
Bucks scored the touchdown.
And we were like, oh no.
Yeah,
it's about to happen.
It's happening.
We knew it. We've watched too much football. We've seen what his story goes.
I remember vividly being at work for the Super Bowl between the Patriots and the Falcons, where the Falcons were up 28-3, I think it was.
Yeah, that sounds
I have to look that one up. The biggest Super Bowl comeback of all time.
Yep. And
we were just saying, I remember saying it was another person, it was another coworker who was working there, didn't like football, but she just wanted the Patriots to lose because she said, and I quote, I just want Tom Brady to lose so he could wipe that smug look off his face.
Right.
And so everybody was happy that the Patriots were losing. Nobody was rooting for the Patriots.
No one roots for the Patriots.
Nobody roots for the Patriots.
I don't even follow sports that much, and even I know you don't root for the Patriots. Just like you don't root for what's the baseball team?
The Yankees.
The Yankees, right?
Nobody likes.
No one likes the Yankees.
Yeah, 28-3, 28-3 in the third quarter. Also.
Oh my god.
So as the Patriots started coming back, I just said they're gonna win. They weren't even in the league yet, and I just said they're gonna win.
Yeah.
And everybody could see it. They was like, "This, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening." And then, sure enough, the Patriots win the Super Bowl. And now
almost happened again.
27-3.
And
third
he was
quarter,
bringing it back,
and
tooth and nail.
Come on, that guy is. I don't know.
And it ended on a field goal, and it looked like it could have been no good too.
That's the only way it was.
That field goal was looking a little bit to the right, just a little bit.
It was always going to end that way.
Oh.
Tom Brady has movie style endings to his games, his big games.
Yep.
Even if they lose, they don't just lose normally.
There's got to be like a twinkle in his eye or something.
There's something like when the Patriots lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl the second time, actually both times, but that maybe it was the first time they lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl. You had one of the greatest catches. The Giants had to have made one of the greatest catches on fourth down in football history.
Dang.
Where the guy catches the ball, pins the ball to his helmet. David Tyree catches the ball. He has defenders all over him. He catches the ball. He has two hands on the ball, and the ball is pinned to his helmet to keep it from losing control of it. And he goes down to get the first down. They go on to win the game.
Oh, man.
Even when they lost the Super Bowl to the Eagles brought out all the trick plays. The now famous Philly special trick play. Yeah.
The Philly special?
That's what it's called, the Philly special.
That sounds like two things, and I'm scared. And one of them
it's a football play. It's only a football play.
Okay.
So, and as a matter of fact, it's such a big deal that there's a statue outside of the stadium in Philadelphia of the coach and the quarterback at the time discussing the Philly special.
Them discussing, they're just like on the sideline, just talking to each other.
And they made a statue of that.
That's crazy.
That's how big a deal that was. That coach has been fired since then. The quarterback is gone.
Oh, man.
They've rehauled the team.
But hey, still got the...
But they will always have that Super Bowl and that statue.
That's funny.
I'm telling you, Tom Brady doesn't do anything normal. That's why I felt like it was okay to mention that game during the movie podcast. And then yesterday, the Packers and the 49ers.
Yeah, okay, so I didn't see that game, but I heard endless things about it on Twitter, and I'm like, okay, so apparently there was a field goal, but the defensive special teams didn't have the right number of people on the field,
right?
So they couldn't block it effectively.
They were never going to block that field goal,
really,
even with 11 people on the field, because that's how bad the Packers were. Let me
need to talk me through this.
I'm gonna explain the entire timeline of Aaron Rodgers and the 49ers.
And the 49ers.
Because this is also a movie. Oh. And it starts back with Aaron Rodgers pre-NFL.
Okay, but does it have COVID toe in it, though?
We can bring up COVID
Okay,
toe.
all right.
So Aaron Rodgers is from California.
Oh, really?
He's from Northern California.
I didn't know that.
He grew up a Niners fan. And so the year he was drafted, I'm gonna look up the year he was drafted because it's been a while now. I remember this draft. I remember this draft because there's two things about Aaron Rodgers. The year he was drafted, he was one of two quarterbacks who were thought to go pretty high. If not one, the number two. It was him and it was Alex Smith. Ironically, Alex Smith is from the Midwest and grew up a Packers fan. So everybody thought that Aaron Rodgers was going to go to the 49ers, a team he loved.
Right.
Alex Smith might drop a little bit. He'll go to the Packers later in the draft.
Okay.
But what ends up happening is Alex Smith goes number 1 overall to the 49ers.
Right. Okay.
Aaron Rodgers, everybody figured, okay, he dropped a little bit. That's okay. He'll find a team. And the draft just kept going.
Oh,
names kept getting called. And
it's bringing back some elementary school vibes. You getting picked on the team, and everybody starts leaving. What about me? Can I get picked?
Everybody starts getting their name called, and he's just there, and nobody's calling his name. And everybody thought he was going to go pretty high.
Right.
He just sitting in the green room.
Oh.
Cameras in his face, and he's just hearing all these names get called. So eventually, with the number 24th pick in the first round.
Dang.
Again, Aaron Rodgers was thought maybe he could have went number 1.
Right.
He goes 24th to the Green Bay Packers. And they asked him, and this is the part where, like, I have to start at the draft. They asked him, how does it go? He said, oh my God, I can't think of what the quote was. Everybody's been bringing it up all weekend. How did he feel about not being selected by the 49ers? He said something to the effect of, I'm gonna make them regret it.
Oh no, he didn't. No way.
Oh,
he didn't make something like that.
He specifically talked about the 49ers. I'm gonna find it because I'm so mad that I don't know it offhand because I've been seeing it all weekend. But he basically said something to the effect of, they just made the biggest mistake, and I'm going to make the 49ers regret this decision not to draft me number one.
Dang. That's like me saying, that was like my quote about not spending $50 or $50 for some kicks.
Yeah. And oh my goodness.
Dang, really? So he basically was like, oh, they're not gonna pick me. Okay, we'll see how they
didn't pick me, and the 49ers are in big trouble because now I'm gonna make a point to go after the 49ers, and I'm gonna make them wish they had drafted me all this time. Oh. And for what it's worth, Alex Smith never really lived up to the number one overall draft pick placement. He was solid, but he was never.
But he wasn't like. He wasn't worth the number one pick.
He was not worth the number one pick. Okay. Definitely not on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers went on to win a Super Bowl with the Packers. He's won the MVP award twice, maybe 3 times. He might actually win it this year. But here's the funny part about it. Aaron Rodgers has now played the 49ers in the playoffs 4 times. Aaron Rodgers has lost to the 49ers 4 times.
Dang.
He's trying so hard to dunk on the 49ers, and he can't beat them.
Man, that's God's work right there.
And the Packers were the number 1 seed in the playoff in the NFC.
This year?
Yeah.
Oh.
The 49ers upset the Cowboys, who were a higher seed than them last year.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And now I think the 49ers were a 5 seed. They played the Cowboys, who were a 4 seed, so they already upset the Cowboys. So now the Packers are like,
it's
easy work.
Yeah.
Now it's
10 or something.
And now here's why, bringing up the whole thing with them kicking. The 49ers. Well, let me ask you. You didn't see the game.
I only saw the last kick.
Okay. The final score was.
It was like 10-10 or something.
The final score was 13-10, I believe.
Yeah.
How many touchdowns do you think the 49ers scored?
1.
0.
How did it get to 10?
All defensive touch. They scored it. They blocked the punt.
Okay.
They kicked the field goal. They kicked another field goal.
So wait.
They scored no points on defense. They scored no points on offense.
Wait.
The special team scored all the points for the 49ers.
Wait, it was 10-10 when they tied it. It was tied, right?
They kicked the field goal earlier in the game.
Okay, so that's 3.
3 points. Then they blocked a Packers punt and returned it for a touchdown.
Oh my goodness!
And then they came back and kicked the game-winning field goal at the end of the game.
God. They got a blocked punt touchdown.
Yep.
Dude, it's not meant to be.
Yeah.
I think Aaron, at this point, Aaron needs to go ahead and get some red spray paint, spray it on his jersey. Be like, hey guys, if you can't beat them, join them.
That's what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people are saying, you know what, you want to play for the 49ers.
Yeah.
Just go. Just go because you can't beat them.
At this point,
you're not good enough to beat them.
If you were meant to beat them, and then they get a blocked punt touchdown on you, I think you just gotta be like, all right, God, I get it. I just gotta.
The Packers special teams has been an issue all year in every part of special teams. So the fact that the 49ers kicked the game-winning field goal with only 10 men on the field, with the Packers only had 10 men on the field, just perfectly encapsulated everything about the Packers special teams.
I'm surprised there were people who could see that. I was like, wait, it looks like everybody's on the field to me. And then I saw someone counting out. I was like, oh, there's only 10.
There was only 10 people.
And you told me
there's no penalty.
There's no penalty for having
too few. Yeah.
I was like,
if you don't have enough people on the team, that's on you.
Yeah, you just look like an idiot.
If you got too many, it's a penalty.
Right.
They had one less than they needed.
That's funny.
And
that's so
there
funny.
you go.
Yeah, he needs. I don't know. I wouldn't say retire. Obviously, I don't think he's gonna retire or quit. But he definitely needs to rethink something.
I wouldn't. He shouldn't rule out retirement because he's had a good run and his career is kind of ending in a weird way where he went from being one of the most respected and one of the most highly thought of quarterbacks, and now after the whole COVID thing.
Oh yeah, COVID toe.
That he didn't have. That he was it was actually turf toe, and he's just not. Now people think he's kind of like a joke now, but he's just a joke who can play football really good.
Hey, you said it. He could be MVP.
He might win the MVP award, but now nobody wants him. Now, like Packer fans, just shut up, just stop talking.
Oh, it's at that point.
Yeah, because he's just incriminating himself. He's just making himself look ridiculous.
Oh, that sucks.
So just sit down somewhere, be quiet. You're not going to be the host of Jeopardy. That ship has sailed.
Was that something he was trying to do?
He was one of the guest hosts.
Okay.
After Alex Trebek died.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He hosted for a week, maybe 2.
Was he good?
No.
Oh.
I saw when he hosted. He has the personality of a bag of rocks.
Oh. I'm not gonna be like that guy, but he does kind of look a little stiff.
I was gonna say stiff.
He looks like he's like he could probably try and be funny and try to be entertaining, but he looks like his focus is football.
Yeah.
And like you could tell, like if this dude wasn't playing sports, he'd probably be like he's focused on his work.
Yeah.
So he doesn't look like the type of guy you'd want as like a TV show host.
You see him in these State Farm commercials, and they're trying they're putting him on like these kind of goofy situations where he's trying to seem like he has charisma, but he doesn't.
He doesn't look like he does.
No, not at all. He's stiff, like you said. So when he hosted Jeopardy, he thought he was doing a great job, and he considered not going back to he has a whole issue with the Packers. This is more than likely going to be his last year with the Packers.
Oh yeah.
He considered retiring, and according to reports, he said his fallback would be, well, I can just host Jeopardy.
Like in like a legitimate
as a full
answer?
As the full time.
Oh.
Yeah,
I thought it sounded like he was like a joke. Like, I could probably just host Jeopardy or something.
No, he was just
he's being serious.
I got a fallback plan. I'm just gonna go host Jeopardy or something like that. It's all good. Yeah, no, right. You're not.
First
you're
off,
not, guy.
You ain't gonna beat Alex Trebek. That's number one.
Nobody.
Nobody on this planet can beat Alex Trebek. Unfortunately, at that job listing.
Yeah.
Number 2, this whole COVID thing, unfortunately, has made him kind of like a very hot potato. Yeah,
nobody wants to touch it.
No one wants to touch it, right?
Yeah,
it's just like, no, you can have it. No, I don't want to touch it, right? So it's just, I don't know if even what's Jeopardy on Channel 7?
ABC. AB's Dillon.
Sorry.
Come on, man. People don't live where we live. ABC. Channel 7.
I'm still on local TV over here.
Yeah.
So yeah, ABC. I doubt ABC's gonna be like, I guess we could probably take them, but then what if a 49ers question comes up? That's like
you gotta be professional.
Right. And then somebody's gonna be like, oh, here we go. Aaron Rodgers gets the 49ers question.
Yeah, I mean, that means they can never ask him a question about him.
Nope.
I mean, they can, but he gotta. I don't know if does he know how to just.
Yeah, can he like divert his feelings towards himself?
Yeah,
because he does
seem like he takes himself pretty serious.
Yeah, a lot of those big, top guys in sports, they have an ego, and you kind of have to. So if there's a question about him that comes up that he feels he might be slighted on, maybe he gets a little sensitive about it.
Because his issue with the Packers is that they drafted a younger quarterback.
Yeah,
and he felt a little slighted about that.
I remember reading that. I'm like, and to his defense, I would also be a little bit slighted if like the top guy, and then you're looking for another guy for my spot. I'm like, am I not here? You about to fire me? Like, what's
absolutely? And I get where he's coming from. The irony is, he at one point was the young guy that they brought in to replace the older quarterback. He replaced Brett Favre.
Oh.
Brett Favre was God in Green Bay, and he was still playing at the top of his game. and then they drafted Aaron Rodgers with the 24th pick in the 2005 draft, and then he had to wait for his turn, and Brett Favre felt some kind of way,
right?
And then he retired, and then unretired, and
then, he unretired, really?
He did. He retired, and then Aaron Rodgers was going to take over, and then as the offseason kept going on, Brett Favre was like,
I got one more in me.
Yeah. So he came out of retirement. Aaron Rodgers had to go back to the bench.
Okay.
And then he retired again.
All right.
And he changed his mind again.
Oh,
and then,
my goodness.
But then the Packers was like, we're done. We're done.
You got to sit down.
So they traded him to the Jets so that Aaron Rodgers can finally take over.
Get a chance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brett Favre ended up having like a pretty decent year with the Jets. It was his last year on his contract. So then he was a free agent. He went to the Vikings, which is a rival team of the Packers.
Oh man.
He started out pretty okay, and it just fell apart towards the end of the season. So that was, and then he officially retired.
Retired. He did the Ric Flair where like I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm actually done.
For real. I tried to go out on top. I wanted to keep
I tried
playing.
to get one more. They stopped giving me one more.
Okay. It was one too many.
Okay.
So now Aaron Rodgers is Brett Favre.
And he doesn't know it.
And he doesn't know it. That's the funny thing about it. Like, dude, the Packers have a history of doing this. You're in that other role now.
And now that I'm thinking about it, I guess it would make sense to have a younger quarterback just in the back learning from the top quarterback.
Exactly.
Just so that it's like, okay, if something happens to you, we're covered.
Yes.
We got insurance.
Yes.
But it does look bad from the quarterback's point of view. It's like, but I'm right here. I'm good. I'm healthy. I'm fine.
And Aaron Rodgers won the MVP award after that season.
Yep.
So it was, and even more because he was like,
how's that young quarterback?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that quarterback you drafted, I just won an MVP award.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm still good.
I still got it. And now he might win another MVP award.
Now the thing is, it's because like I said, thanks to all this COVID stuff, now it's like, do we keep Aaron Rodgers? Well, he's probably gonna leave, but
I think he's actually still under contract for another year.
So
they would have to trade him.
Yeah, they would have to trade him.
Yeah.
Which they could.
They could.
I mean,
I think they will.
Who would take Aaron Rodgers?
Well, there's teams who would take him.
Would the 49ers actually take Aaron Rodgers?
No, they're not going to take Aaron Rodgers because they drafted a young quarterback too. So they kind of have. If they trade him to the 49ers, he's going to have another young quarterback breathing down his neck. So they're going to have to. I
feel like the Packers should do it out of spite.
Well, I don't know what they're going to get back because they would have to. The 49ers have two young quarterbacks. Their situation is actually worse than the Packers because they have a quarterback. Their starting quarterback right now, Jimmy Garoppolo, is not very old. He's still pretty young. He's decent,
right?
And he's already helped them get to a Super Bowl.
Okay, could get him to another one.
Could get him to a Super Bowl, another Super Bowl. His passing stats are not
great,
impressive. As a matter of fact, the last time they went to the Super Bowl, his passing stats where he barely threw the ball. He threw 0 touchdowns. He did throw any interceptions.
Okay.
But I think he only threw the ball 10 times the entire game.
Oof.
The 49ers ran for like 200 yards, and they won the game.
So he's just there to just facilitate the football.
And like
in terms
this
of
game against the Packers, he didn't do anything.
Oh, he did.
But the special teams did all the work. So
you need to hire a good special teams, huh? That's what it is
that's
nowadays.
Apparently a special team. There are people who honestly believe that special teams win games.
Honestly, it's like an inside joke between you and me and everyone else in the house about my coaching.
Oh yeah.
I gotta give me a good special teams for all the plays that I do.
Trick plays,
Hail Mary,
fourth down, every quarter, no matter what yard line you're on.
It might be a Hail Mary from 4th and 1. You don't know.
4th and 1
on the Mary. 1.
Throw it on the 1. Who's 1? Doesn't matter.
1
yard line.
1 yard. That's all I need.
Throw it deep.
Spread my receivers out. Give me no protection.
5 wide. Everybody go long.
Yo, hiker, you get ready to catch you. You don't know what's about to happen.
Okay, you can't do that.
I wish, man.
You gotta
let me talk to the NFL.
You need to. Yeah, you talk to him if you want to. That ain't gonna mean anything.
So yeah, unfortunately, man, that's crazy. I feel bad for him now, knowing that he's
he's getting destroyed on Twitter.
He's 0-4 versus the 49ers, and he called his shot years ago.
In 2005, he said they're gonna regret. He said they're not as sorry as they're gonna be for not drafting me. That was what, like, how sorry are you that you didn't get drafted by the 49ers? Not as sorry as they're gonna be for not drafting me.
That's crazy.
And he's never beat him in the playoffs.
This sounds like, you know what
he's never even been dominated against them, but he just can't get that W.
Then you know what this sounds like now that you brought up the fact that he wanted to, like, he was a fan of the 49ers. It sounds like a very bad, like, a guy who saw a girl, like, just in the club or something, found out it was like trying to sweet talk her and trying to like get like to be with her. She then gets some other guy, and it's like, oh, so you gonna get somebody else? Guess what? I'm gonna be somebody in the future, and you gonna be sorry that you didn't go out with me back when I was, back when I was younger.
Right.
And then you fast forward 20 years, and that dude's like barely making it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you feel bad for him. He called his shot.
Yeah.
He tried, but
he had his intentions at the time,
right,
in his soul.
Right.
He believed that he was going to do something.
And the girl isn't doing much better.
No.
But she's doing better than him.
Yeah.
It's like, man.
And the guy did date a supermodel for like a month.
Right. And like he got some numbers.
He had a nice car for a little bit. And he's still, like, overall, he has a good job.
Right. And like, he's fine.
Yeah.
But it's just that...
The fact is, like, the guy is actually doing really well. The girl is actually...
the only person who's hung up on it is him.
Yeah.
So in his mind, it's like, man,
the girl's probably not doing all that great.
Right.
But then he goes back to the girl and he still gets turned down.
He's so mad. It's like, I got all this stuff, though.
That thing's supposed to be different now.
This man about to get another promotion at his work.
Yeah.
And he still just can't let it go.
Yeah.
It's like, one of these days.
Yeah, but she still don't like me. Oh, well.
That's a good analogy. The further we went down, it's like, wow. I feel bad for Aaron Rodgers. That man needs to, find someone else, man. And he's married, huh?
No, he's engaged to Shailene Woodley, the actress from the movie Valorant.
Okay.
Yeah. And Divergent, that whole series.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to take a shot in the dark that the Valorant movie is not at all related to the Valorant video game.
I don't believe so.
Okay. Just making sure.
I don't believe so. I think those are books.
Okay.
It's like in that same realm of like Hunger Games.
Okay. All right.
It's not Hunger, but it's like it's like a series of books.
Yeah, Hunger Games pretty much birthed the genre.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever watched.
Did they have a Hunger Games movie the last time we went to the movies? There was like a trailer for the new Hunger Games movie?
No, they're done with Hunger Games.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Straight up?
Yeah, they finished everything. They finished all the books.
That must be relieving to be an author and actually finish your books.
Well, George R.R. Martin didn't finish his books.
That's what I'm going to say. I was actually about to lean into that. Yeah, Game of Thrones
just kept on going.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have no more source material, so they were just like, well, Bran's going to be on the throne.
What if I just pulled out a Glock?
Oh, God.
That'd be fun. Oh, so you just say this medieval time, all of a sudden someone just pulls out a pistol.
I feel like it wasn't that far away from something like that.
Yeah. Okay. So that was that. But the reason why I brought that up, because we're about to move back into the actual movie section.
Yeah. Which
is the movies that I haven't watched at all. Well, I would say I haven't watched to completion, to be fair. I've seen a couple movies, like, okay, I don't know how weird this is. I don't know which Predator movie this is, but I have seen a Predator movie.
I think you saw the first one.
Right? Okay, that's the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger and the dude named Dillon.
That was, Carl Weathers.
Yes. So I've seen Predator all the way through. Now, how I watched it was weird, because I was like maybe 7 or 8 years old.
That's amazing.
And it was like at, I want to say 4 o'clock in the morning, 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I just flipping through channels, turned to Fox. I saw this weird, like, I think it was actually like, isn't Predator a Fox movie?
Ooh, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I've
actually never seen Predator.
Really?
You got that one on me.
Man, interesting.
You have that one. 80s action movies, I'm very bad at it.
Oh, that's 80s?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was 90s.
No. I think Predator was such a long series of franchise that they might still be making them in the 90s, but the one you're talking about was 80s.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the one I saw with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers. The only reason I knew that I was like, I didn't even know it was Predator. I didn't know what the movie was about.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw these armies dude go into a jungle, and then someone was chasing them with infrared sight, and dude lost his arm and then exploded, and then everyone was getting skinned. I'm like, not the kind of thing you want to be like a 7-year-old should be watching. By the way, I don't think you should be watching Predator at 7 years old, at 3:00 in the morning. But I watched it beginning to end, and I found that the dude's name was Dillon.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's my name. I'm gonna watch this movie because that's my name.
Hey.
And then he died.
Oh yeah.
I think he died towards the end, so I was fine with it though.
Yeah. There you go. Spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't seen Predator.
Yeah,
Dillon dies.
2022. Yeah, Dillon dies. When did that movie come out? The 80s, you said?
Somewhere in the 80s.
So yeah, about 40 years later, you still ain't seen Predator 1.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. It's just out. Dillon just put it out there.
Yep. So I've seen Predator 1.
Okay.
I've seen the end of one of those Terminator movies.
How does it end?
The thumbs up.
That was Terminator 2.
Okay. So I've seen the end of Terminator 2.
Okay.
I've seen which Ghostbusters is like, I think the first one.
Okay.
That's the one with the mascot.
The Stay Puft Marshmallow. Yeah.
Okay, so I've seen that one.
Okay.
At least bits and pieces of it.
Okay.
I've seen
not all the way through.
Not all the way through.
Okay.
I've seen what's like some big movie, like some big like 80s and 90s movies.
Ooh. Okay, that's vague.
I know.
I can just rattle them
sorry.
off.
I'm trying to think of movies that I've seen that like people have said that they really like. So like I've seen Home Alone a bunch of times.
Okay.
I've seen Home Alone 2 maybe once.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay, that's fine. Because as far as like the Home Alone series,
yeah,
you only just see 1 and 2.
Okay, that's what I've heard is that you get 1 and 2, maybe 3.
Not even 3.
Not even 3.
Not even 3.
Okay.
No, because 3 was when they started coming out straight to DVD.
They didn't go to VHS at that point.
They weren't. Well, VHS.
Okay,
maybe,
I was about to say.
I don't think anything past 2 was considered must see, a must watch.
All right. Fair enough.
Okay, so I have a list.
Yeah, give me the list. What you got?
IMDb.com. 250 movies everyone should see before they die. I'm not gonna go through all 250. I'm gonna just pick out a few that really is like the quintessential. Like everybody's seen these movies or should see these movies.
Okay, I haven't.
And I'm gonna be honest. I probably haven't seen some of these too.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and you say I haven't seen any Godfather.
Ooh.
Or Star. Okay, so here's the thing about Star Wars.
You don't even see the Godfather on here.
Here's the thing about Star Wars.
Wow.
All my Star Wars information, I've told you this off podcast, but first time on the podcast saying all my Star Wars information and lore comes from Family Guy, Robot Chicken, and any like video game or parody that's out there.
You know what?
And I feel like I know enough about the story just from those things.
And I will say this because I've seen I've seen Family Guy and the Robot Chicken specials, yeah. Between the two of them, that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
they pretty much like nailed it.
Right, and like obviously there's like the in jokes with the monkey and all the other stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
but like
you can separate which is and like the Family Guy stuff.
He tries to take off Darth Vader's helmet and snaps his neck. Like, okay, I'm pretty sure that didn't happen.
It didn't happen quite.
But I get like what they're trying to like. They're trying to like make like some of the more like moments funny. Yeah. So I was like, okay. So like technically I know of Star Wars. I just never seen the actual movies.
Okay. This list I just kind of skimmed through it. This is not a very good list.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna stick with this list, but I don't see Godfather on here. I don't see Goodfellas on here.
Is Lion King on there?
I don't see any animated movie on here.
Oh,
and there's a lot of like sort of kind of recent movies on here that I don't think should be on this list.
Nah, we need some historic. We need some legendary stuff.
But I'm gonna just skip around. The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
You've seen The Dark Knight.
We talked in the cars like that's like an annual movie.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Fight Club?
Yeah. Wait. Fight Club.
Fight Club.
That's the one with Matt Damon. Not Matt. That's Damon.
The one with Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. I always get those two mixed up. Yeah, Brad Pitt. Yeah, I've seen that one.
Okay.
I saw that one by accident through DVR.
Wow. Okay.
Because I was recording something else, and the ending of Fight Club came on, and then it went to another showing of it.
Wow. Oh, so you just
So I saw the ending of it and then watched the full movie again so I could get what the ending was about. Okay.
Oh, so you saw the ending first?
Yeah, I saw the ending first. I saw the dude shoot himself in the mouth. I'm like, what?
That's funny.
I don't get it. And then you see the whole movie. It's like, oh, I get it.
I still didn't understand. I saw that movie and I still didn't understand that ending for a long time.
Yeah, because doesn't he have like a hole in his head at the end, but he's still alive?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
I didn't get it.
I assume he actually dies. But like movie wise,
that movie was so like it was so much of a head trip. Like once you get into like the twists and the turns,
exactly,
and it's not just Fight Club anymore.
No,
then that movie gets weird.
It's such a weird movie.
Yeah,
but it's not simple. Like the movie title is simple. It's Fight Club. Yeah, and technically they do have a Fight Club.
They do. But then you get into it, and the Fight Club is just the beginning.
No, Fight Club was just like a sub-particle of it.
Yeah, that's just the A plot. There's a B and a C plot, too.
Jesus.
Matrix.
I have not seen anything Matrix.
Okay.
But I've seen, because I know that movie was so, like, big at the time it came out that everyone references the Matrix. So I know about the bend, you lean back and you dodge the bullets. I know about, like, what was it, Mr. Robertson?
Yeah.
So I know about that fight
Anderson,
scene. Anderson, thank you. I know about the Anderson fight scene.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
I've seen The Matrix once in my life, and I didn't like it.
Really?
And I know I'm in the minority. I did not care for The Matrix. I definitely didn't see any of the sequels. I saw the first movie because everybody talked about that first Matrix, and I saw it, and I didn't get it. The fight scenes were great, but The Matrix just wasn't.
I mean, I didn't know who Homeboy was until John Wick.
Keanu Reeves.
I didn't see that man until John Wick.
Wow.
I didn't know who that was. I was like, all right.
Wow. That's
a guy. He does a thing. And then I saw John Wick. I was like, oh, I like this guy.
I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like you should have seen Keanu Reeves in something else.
No.
Oh, we had this conversation before because you never saw Speed.
Nope.
That's how we talked about this.
This
before.
Is what started all this. Was that you said, "Wait, there's no way you didn't see Speed." I was like, "I've never seen Speed. I've only heard people reference it. Where I've heard one person reference it once on a YouTube video I was watching, where it's like, "Oh man, it's like Speed," and he's driving off of like a ramp. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Which kind of sort of happens in Speed.
Oh, okay.
They don't drive off a ramp, but they're on the freeway, and then they...
Yeah, it was on the freeway.
They don't explain the physics of how the bus flew in the air.
Yeah, they were driving a bus on a freeway, and the dude was like, this like Speed, and then he drives off, and I'm like, oh. I've never seen Speed.
You never seen Speed.
I can't.
Speed is not the greatest movie of all time, I'm going to say. Just trying to be nice about it. But it's one of them movies where it's so dumb, it's good.
Oh, like Good Burger?
I don't know if I can compare Good Burger to Speed. I guess so. I guess in the context of it, like it's just so dumb.
It's just silly nonsense.
But I think Speed tried
to be serious.
Oh, okay. It wasn't a comedy.
Oh, really?
They were trying to actually be...
I don't know. I feel like if you have a bus driving off a freeway, that's a comedy in some
That wasn't what the movie was about, Dillon. It was the bus had a bomb strapped to it.
Oh, okay.
But the bomb wasn't activated until the bus went above 50 miles per hour.
What?
And then once if the bus ever went below 50, then it would go off.
Oh. So you had to keep... Keep driving and nobody explodes?
Pretty much.
Oh, jeez.
And they couldn't...
How do you stop?
Now
I gotta watch the movie?
I'm not saying anything.
Speed.
Yeah.
It's like Speed. There we go.
There it is, Dillon.
All right.
I think I got him, folks. I got him. Okay, Pulp Fiction.
Okay, I've seen the one scene. I've seen the Samuel Jackson scene and the John Travolta scene, but I haven't seen anything else.
All right. So
that's actually on my Netflix list.
Okay.
Funnily enough.
I you know what? I was late to see Pulp Fiction. I like it.
I want to watch it after seeing that scene so much. I'm like, man, I want to know the context.
It's actually a good movie. There's one scene that I don't like. It's Quentin Tarantino scene. Quentin Tarantino has a reputation. He has a lot of reputations. One he has in the black community is he's a little too friendly with the N-word in his movie.
Oh, really?
So he has a scene. He has a scene in the movie himself.
Oh.
Where he is just continually just dropping the N-bomb.
Oh.
And I have a hard time with that scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Samuel Jackson in frame?
He's in the scene.
Okay.
And he doesn't mind.
Okay.
He doesn't say anything, nothing. As a matter of fact, Quentin Tarantino's character is kind of going off on him.
Oh.
And he's just saying, like, do I look like an N-word to you?
Okay, are we talking like hardcore or are we softened?
No, he's hardcore.
Oh, okay.
Hard R.
Okay, we full got the whip and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just like, and people talk about how great this movie is, and it's a good. I mean, for what it is, it's actually a good movie.
I would hope so.
But that scene doesn't get talked about hardly at all. Now the overall conversation happens fairly often with Quentin Tarantino because it's also a conversation that happens in Django.
I want to see that.
I've never seen Django only because I've heard enough about it to know that I'm gonna have the same issue with Pulp Fiction.
That's the one that Jamie Foxx is in, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And because he plays a former slave or
right.
something, you're gonna get that. It's just on. It's like turned up to 11, and I don't know if I can sit there and watch that.
You don't know if you're gonna be like.
Yeah, the whole for the entire. Because at least in Pulp Fiction, it's a scene.
Okay.
Now,
but
in
now
Django,
it's
the whole movie,
right?
And I don't know. And
it's gonna be a tough watch.
And supposedly, like the white guy gets it in the end, so it's okay. But
of course,
as
long as the villain gets it, it doesn't matter all the evil deeds that he's done.
And I guess that's the reason why they're saying, no, go ahead and watch it. You'll like it. And I've heard that it's a good movie, but I've also heard that it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if they really wanted to be true to what happened to slaves back in the day.
Okay, that's fine. But from the way I hear it, it's excessive. It's like too much.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we get. It's like the N-word don't even fit any sentences. Like, can you pass me the salt in?
You just saying it just so it's like, hey, we can say it.
Yeah,
that's what they said back then.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, I mean, it did happen, but then there's a lot of stuff that happened back then that you don't want to put into a movie.
Yes.
Like, for one, I didn't even know about this, but apparently there was picnics around lynchings.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, hold on. You had a picnic next to some dude just hanging down? Yeah. Like, I don't want to see that in a movie.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like you gotta soften something. You can't just.
And these are all works of fiction.
Yeah. Okay.
So you don't have to. You can control.
Just throw out the implication, but you don't have to actually show it.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey,
it was a movie. I think it was Remember the Titans, which was also about. It's set during the time of segregation, not necessarily slavery, but they went to Remember the Titans is a PG-13 Disney movie.
Oh, of course, yeah.
There's no N-words in there.
Yeah, you can't be throwing that.
But they did use some other racial slurs that's not quite. That I guess you could actually use.
Throw out.
But it was still heavily
implied
that they lived in a time of racism and all that stuff. And they did it in a way that I thought was pretty tasteful.
Right.
Just we got to get the point across, but we're not trying to offend anybody.
Right. We're not.
Whereas Quentin Tarantino,
it's still a PG-13 movie. We can't just be flinging N-words everywhere.
And Disney has their own sordid history with racism.
Listen, we don't want to talk about Walt Disney.
Walt Disney alone.
we don't talk about Walt Disney.
By himself.
Okay. We don't talk about Scar. We don't talk about
Scar.
Hey, listen, he's the only black lion in there.
I have a different issue with Lion King. It has nothing to do with that.
Okay. Don't talk about Lion King 2 and you're not one of us. All right, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, they did kind of do some implications.
All right, let's just say.
Okay, here's the thing with Lion King for me. I read this on the internet, and it kind of ruined Lion King for me.
Oh no, I'm scared now.
I'm about to ask you. Do you want to hear it?
I'll hear it. Yeah, I'm curious.
Okay. How many female lions are in the Lion King?
Oh, I think I know where you're about to get at. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you know lions, it's
lions. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, we get. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So there's only 2 male lions, and there's a whole bunch of female lions.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 2 male lions.
Only Scar and Simba there.
Scar and Simba.
Well, technically Scar, Simba, and Mufasa, but then Mufasa had the piece.
Well, okay, there's 2 adult male lions.
Right.
Mufasa and Scar. Scar didn't have no kids.
Nope. Well, not yet.
In the first,
number one, there was no kids.
I'm only talking about the first Lion
King. There was no kids.
Scar didn't have any kids.
Nope.
Mufasa had Simba. Who was Nala's dad?
Who was Nala's dad?
Nala's
dad was like the other 4 lionesses that was like in that one scene.
There's only you never see another male lion other than Mufasa. Simba and Nala are cousins.
Yep.
When I realized that messed up.
And then when you go to 2 and it's just Simba.
Come on, man. The math ain't adding up.
Now they show Scar's son.
Yeah, they retconned.
They eventually, they kind of retconned a little bit. You have like Zira there and the rest of it.
Yeah, they retconned the whole thing.
So it's like, oh well, he was hanging out with Zira, but it's like, where was Zira then?
Exactly.
if he was hanging out with Zira had to be somewhere.
It was some.
There's some. We don't talk about Walt Disney. We don't talk about You're Not One of Us, and we don't talk about how Simba and
Nala are cousins, first cousins,
and Kiara, all of them. Yep. We're just gonna keep on moving.
Yeah, let's go back to the list. Okay, have you seen The Sixth Sense?
The Sixth Sense? No, I ain't even heard of that movie.
You've never heard of The Sixth Sense?
No.
Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna move on.
I've never heard of The Sixth Sense.
I'm just gonna move ahead. You've never heard. Okay, you've never heard of the movie The Sixth Sense. Have you ever heard the movie quote, "I see dead people"?
Yes.
That's where that's from.
Okay.
Thank God you at least heard the line. That's the most famous. That poor kid is like 30 something now, and they do the Millhouse to Bart Simpson. Say the line.
Oh, okay.
They still make him say that line.
I see dead people.
Yeah, that's a great movie actually. Okay, so you got to add that to your list. Since you're going in cold, you don't know anything about that.
I'm scared. What's the context of I see dead people? I don't want to know that.
The kid saw. I can't.
Is it like Is it at least ghosts or is it like actual just bodies on the floor?
No, he sees ghosts.
Okay, I'm fine with that. That's fine.
Yeah.
I can watch that.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to see some kid look at dead bodies on the floor.
No, he sees ghosts.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. See, you're in a unique situation. You actually have managed to not get spoiled on it
at all.
Because it has one of the greatest plot twists in like the history of movies.
Oh, I probably have seen it. I just don't know where it's from now.
I don't know if you have. If you, well, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah.
You gotta watch it.
Hopefully, I'll see it before the next podcast, so I can come back and be like, man.
Oh man. I would love for that to be like a thing where it's like, man, I just watched this movie for the first time. The Sixth Sense. Have you guys seen this movie? Yeah, back in 1996.
Yeah. Okay, in my defense, I was 2.
Okay, 99. Sorry, 1999.
Okay.
So you were 5.
5.
Wow, you're so young.
I'm getting older. I'm trying. I'm making it every day by day. Making sure the days count when I can make them count.
I'm gonna just add this movie. I don't feel like this is a movie. Well, maybe this one to me is on the border of a movie everyone should see before they die. But I'm gonna say The Usual Suspects.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, I saw The Usual Suspects.
I don't see anyone recommend it though.
Yeah, it's that movie also has a pretty.
Wait, is that like a court movie?
No.
Oh, I'm thinking of something.
That's it's kind of like a whodunit sort of thing. Man, kind of sort of like maybe a crime thriller. Probably the best way.
Isn't there like a movie where like a dude is like supposed to go to it's like on trial for murder or something, and then it's like the like 12 jurors have to decide.
12 Angry Men.
Yeah, I think I've seen that. I saw that in school.
I've never seen 12 Angry Men. I wanted to see that, and I've had that on my DVR different times, and I've waited so long to watch it that it deleted itself. That's happened more than once.
Yeah, I saw that because it was like the 11 people who thought you did it, and then the one guy who thought you did it. Oh, yeah, you never seen it. Sorry, my bad.
Come on.
My bad. I didn't think you were still going to watch it.
I still want to see it.
Okay, well, hey, guess what? I only gave you one part.
Okay, that's fine.
There's still a portion.
There's a lot of movies on this list that I'm just skipping over because I don't feel like these are movies that everyone should see. Some of these movies came out only like 5-6 years ago.
I'm about to add one that I know that's not on that list because it just came out like a couple, I want to say weeks ago.
Okay.
Is this whole Encanto train that I've been hearing about.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I've been hearing that apparently one of the songs on there beat Let It Go.
It's one of the greatest
and I'm like, okay,
Disney
hold on
songs of all time.
I didn't. Okay,
it's not the greatest Disney.
I don't know if Frozen's gonna be on there, but I wasn't. Nothing about
I don't
Frozen.
See any animated movies.
Nothing about Frozen ever caught me.
Well, it wouldn't. Okay, you were already an adult when Frozen came out, so you get a pass on kids movies.
Is it really like just straight up a kids movie?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking like maybe it was kind of kid because some of those Disney movies are kind of kiddish, but still.
Frozen is not a movie that everybody should see before they die. Frozen is just a very popular kids movie.
Okay.
All Disney movies are. Okay. Now, are they good to where adults can sit there and watch it and not be bored, not want to put a bullet in their brain? Yeah. But
it's just flat out a kids movie.
An adult isn't going to recommend. Most adults isn't going to recommend to another adult.
Frozen.
To watch Frozen, yeah.
But they might recommend Lion King.
I don't know. Not really. I don't think so.
I don't know if I would recommend Lion King.
Yeah. You have to be of a certain age to like the kids.
Although Lion King,
you were a kid when you saw Lion King.
Yeah, that's true.
I was a kid when I saw Lion King.
I mean, they got the new Lion King out now.
I only watched that movie just to compare it to the one
we already saw when we was kids.
But I didn't watch any of the sequels,
right?
Because I was no longer a kid by that point.
Yeah,
you were still a kid.
Yeah, I got the. Oh man, did I actually go out and buy Lion King 2? I think so.
You did,
yeah. Yeah, because I was so fascinated by one, I was like, oh, there's a sequel to the movie I already liked. And to be fair, Lion King 2 it's fine. Like I said, you don't talk about One of Us, and it's fine.
You are telling everybody to plot this movie because nobody has seen this but you.
I don't know. I feel like people have seen Lion King 2.
Nobody has seen Lion King 2, Dillon.
No, come on.
That was a straight-to-video release.
Really?
Yes, it was not in theaters.
Dang.
Disney didn't put out sequels in theaters.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. I never heard about Cinderella 2.
Exactly.
Until Liam.
There's 3 of them.
There's no.
Yes. There's 3 Little Mermaids. There's a Beauty and the Beast 2. There was
how many glass slippers does she have to lose?
Well, they have different plots too.
I don't know about all. Wait. Yeah. Dang, I didn't know.
There was 2. There was like 3 Little Mermaids. There was at least 2. There was like 3 Aladdins. There was 2. There was at least another Beauty and the Beast. All those movies got sequels.
Dang, that's.
But they all went straight to video.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Shoot, now we talk about anime movies. I'm thinking about anime movies. So once again, since you're saying anime movies aren't on there, I doubt Emperor's New Groove is going to be on there.
That is not even in the top 10 for Disney movies.
Really?
That's a good movie.
I hear a lot of people
like
talk about it though.
But that movie
I've seen it referenced so much.
It's not up there.
Really?
Nah.
I've seen bits and pieces.
Wait, have you not seen it?
No.
Oh. You should watch it.
Yeah, that's what I get. Like everyone's like, man, we should. In fact, back when Skype was a thing, I had a couple of Skype contacts that we were all watching Emperor's New Groove. I came in like towards the end, so I didn't get to see much. And I was like, oh, okay.
This guy.
I didn't know it was like not. I thought it was like the top. I thought it was like up there with Frozen.
No.
Really?
No. It's good, but it didn't. It's a good movie, and you probably would like it. It doesn't have any princesses in it, so that's probably why it wasn't as it didn't get as much fanfare or as much. It didn't do as well in the box office. But it was never really talked about like that.
Really?
It kind of came
after the fact
it had its run, and then everybody kind of moved on.
Oh,
but it's good. I mean, all the Disney movies are good. Like that base level of good that you kind of expect. And then like Frozen kind of went a little bit above that
the base level.
Yeah.
I saw Hunchback of Notre Dame in school, and I liked that.
I saw that movie. I couldn't tell you anything about it.
No, I can't explain the part to you, but I remember going like, "Oh, that was a solid movie."
I could watch that movie now to be like the first time I ever saw it.
Yeah.
I just remember that I've seen
Although,
it.
to be fair, when you're in school, you're just happy not to do schoolwork. So you was like, any movie could have been on. I saw Independence Day in school.
Okay, well, that's at least you saw it. When I was in school and we had to watch Disney movies, I would have rather do work.
Really?
I developed a hatred for Disney movies. I'm better with it now, but there was a time where I did not want to ever watch another Disney movie because it was just like they're all the same movie after a while.
I mean, yeah.
The first act, okay, the characters are all different. The jokes are all different. The first act, the second act, and the third act is always the same. The movies always end the same. They always start the same. The conflict is always the same. The villains are always the same. If you gave me about a month, I could write a Disney script.
Okay.
Because they're formulaic.
That's true.
And I knew this in junior high. When I was
with the
11.
I was going to say with the exception of Lion King, but technically...
No.
It kind of follows that same, yeah.
Lion King is the only reason why Lion King might be slightly different is because Lion King, well, there's two reasons.
Yeah.
One, Lion King is based off of a Shakespeare play.
Right.
And two, Lion King was stolen from somebody else who wasn't from the Disney Corporation.
Man, I don't know how old I was when I figured that one out. I was like 3 years later from now.
That's the only reason why Lion King has a different kind of cadence than
because it got jacked.
It was stolen from somebody else. Who stole it? Who got the idea from a Shakespeare play?
What was it? Kimba the White Lion, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good memory. I didn't know that.
I would say it was something like that.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
Okay, The Shawshank Redemption.
I've only seen it referenced.
Yeah, that's another movie that get referenced a lot. I like that movie. It's a little long. Actually, I'm looking at the runtime. It's 2 hours and 22 minutes.
Dang.
So it's a long movie.
About prison?
Yeah, pretty much.
Dang.
But it's very good. I've only seen this movie all the way through maybe twice in my whole life. But after only watching it twice in my whole life, all the way through, it's definitely my top 10 favorite movies of all time.
Oh, snap.
That's how good a movie it is.
Dang.
But you just got to be able to sit there and watch it, and I just can't always.
Yeah.
I can't always do that. Okay, I'm gonna throw Avatar out there, just because it's the highest.
Oh, the blue people.
The blue people. I'm only gonna throw Avatar out there because it is the highest grossing movie of all time.
Is it?
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't know. What's his name was doing that good. I forgot his name.
What's his name?
Oh, what was his name?
All right.
The guy like the director or like the
James Cameron.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know he was hitting it like that.
So he had.
How much? Like it has to be billions, trillions.
Oh, definitely billions.
Oh,
billions for sure.
I don't know anything about that movie.
I've
literally all I know is that there was like blue people in it, and that's it.
Okay.
So maybe I should watch it. Isn't there a 2?
2's coming out this year.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Are you gonna watch it?
I didn't watch the first one. The first one came out in 2009. The sequel's not going to come out till 2020.
Oh, well, that explains why I didn't see it. In 2009, I didn't care nothing about no blue people. I was busy basketballing.
Oh, there you go. Priorities.
Why does nobody use that term basketballing? They say balling. You should be basketballing.
I'm not going to speak for people. I don't know. Okay, I know you haven't seen this movie. Because I've yelled at you for not watching this movie.
Is it Back to the Future?
It's Back to the Future.
Okay. Which one was he like on the back of the car with the skateboard? I know that doesn't help much, but that's all I got.
That actually is a running joke.
Oh, really?
He did that in the first one and the second one.
Oh, dang.
Was an actual skateboard?
Yeah.
That was the first one.
Okay, so I've seen bits of the first one.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say you saw it.
No.
You're trying to help you remember part of a movie you saw.
Hey, I got as specific as I could, and obviously, the flames and with the car.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I've seen that reference and
yeah.
So
yeah, that's nothing.
I know.
Okay, so you've never seen Back to the Future?
I've never seen any Back. Wait, isn't there a third one?
Yeah,
and it's not that great.
I didn't like it.
Okay.
I didn't like the first one. Is iconic.
The one, yeah.
The second one to me is just okay. I think a lot of people were trying to make it seem like it was way better than it actually is, because it, like, the date that he went into the future was like a few years ago.
Oh,
it just happened. So everybody was like, "Well, let's see what did they predict? Did they correctly predict the future? Are we living in that world now?" And there was just a whole bunch of like reunion stuff with the Back to the Future 2 cast.
Of course. All media at that time was like, man, in the 20s, it's gonna be flying cars and UFOs and all midair
hovercrafts.
Yeah, midair freeways and crazy stuff.
By this point, we should have been pretty
flying.
far along, but we are actually compared to the way it used to be, even in the 80s.
I mean, we got AI.
Yeah.
That learns and cares for us.
I don't know about cares.
That's right. I didn't tell you about this. I was reading something where people have like an app on their phone that acts like a companion to you, and actually will like text you.
Sounds like Alexa.
Yeah, that's like, it's kind of like Alexa, but more emotional and more.
I don't want that.
Yeah,
I don't want that.
It's like an actual.
Because I don't trust robots.
That's what I would say. I was like, man, this is a couple of steps away from just having robots taking over.
People. These scientists act like they want they're like feeding
Skynet.
People, listen. Planet of the Apes. This is how it happens. Terminator.
Hey, I know. Like I said, I've only seen the end of Terminator 2, but I know the concept of Terminator is that they. You
should also watch Terminator.
Yeah.
And you should watch Terminator 2. All the way.
Okay, which one is where do I stop? Because I know those movies go on for a bit.
Just watch those two.
Okay.
Terminator 2.
Which one's the Sarah Connor one?
2.
Okay. I know that's a weird question.
I got to think about it.
Yeah, it's a weird question.
Because I haven't watched the first one in a while. I don't remember the first one, but I remember I liked it.
Okay.
That's another like 80s action movie where it's like.
But yeah, all these like scientists like, hey, we're making the robots learn and feel like us. It's like, that's how like that's how we get wiped out.
That's what people are for.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm scared.
All right. Have you seen any of the Lord of the Rings movies?
No,
I haven't either.
I have no desire to.
Same. Yeah. See, after that, this list gets. We all take 12 Angry Men is on here, so you saw.
Hey, I'm good. All right.
Oh, here we go. Two of my favorite 80s movies. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I've never seen it.
I think you've referenced that movie before.
Maybe. I think I referenced it, and you caught the reference, and then you called me out on the reference, and I didn't know.
How dare you quote that movie and not even know what you're quoting? I don't remember what the quote was.
I don't remember what the quote was either.
Oh, man. But I remember, wait a minute. That was from Ferris Bueller. Because I quote Ferris Bueller.
Oh, yeah. I know you. I knew you would know, but I didn't think you would think I didn't know. So I was like, maybe I can slip it past him.
No, I caught that. I wish I could remember what you said. I'm trying to think of Ferris Bueller quotes that you could have said.
I mean, you could look it up, but then you got
9
that
times. It wasn't it.
No.
Life moves pretty fast.
No,
that wasn't it.
No. I don't know.
I'm a professional. Professional what?
That doesn't sound.
I wish I could remember what you said. Oh well.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
I like that. But you should watch all of John Hughes movies. He's the guy who wrote.
Okay, I'm about to say. I was like, I don't know who.
He actually did the Home Alone 1 and 2.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh okay.
Those are his movies. Ferris Bueller's Day Off is also one of, and the other movie that's on here, The Breakfast Club.
Okay. Okay, I know
one
I'm about to bring this up because I know you're going to get upset.
Oh, I know what you're about to say. I know what you're about to bring up. It's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Does my 30-minute episode of Victorious called The Breakfast Bunch count?
No.
Okay.
It obviously doesn't count because it's a different movie. It's not the same. You're talking about a 30-minute parody of a full-length movie. It doesn't count. I will say they did a pretty decent job of capturing.
Because I was watching that whole episode, man, I feel like this is all going way over my head.
That's why I don't understand who that was for.
That's what I was
who
like,
was that for?
I've been watching Victorious since it came out, and when they finally aired that episode, I was like, am I like an idiot? Like, I don't get the jokes that's going down here. Like, the way the acting is, it feels like this whole episode is a reference, but I just don't get it.
Yeah,
And then I think you actually saw the episode and you got all those references.
They stayed surprisingly close to the source material with some of the jokes and some of the gags and even some of the quotes.
Right.
And I think the overall theme of that episode was pretty on board with what was happening. They just left a lot of stuff out that
you can't get in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You gotta have to. You need.
And I mean, it was a PG-13 movie that they made in the 80s, which. Different time.
Yeah,
now.
That's a different PG-13.
Exactly. Like there's some stuff that happens in that movie that I don't even think was PG-13.
Yeah.
And then you can't even put that into a PG show. You can't even call that PG. That PG might be too high of a rating for Nickelodeon. Okay, so I've switched lists actually.
Okay.
I was so disgusted with that list.
Is Rush Hour like one of those movies?
Yeah. It would be weird if you had never seen Rush Hour.
Okay.
It's not like one of the greatest, but if you had never seen Rush Hour,
it would have been weird.
People would have talked about you. Like, what are you doing? You never watched
I feel like Rush Hour and Friday are like those movies, right?
Yeah.
But funny enough, I think that's like you could stop there as far as like iconic movies like that.
No.
Really?
You can keep going.
No, I'm talking about like after like Rush Hour 2, 3 next Friday. Like the sequels.
If you only watch Rush Hour and only watch Friday, I think you're okay.
Okay.
But if you've seen...
I've seen all of them.
Yeah, you've seen the whole
thing. I saw them 1 through 3 on Rush Hour. I saw every Friday.
I've seen all the Fridays. Rush Hour, I'm not 2. I've seen Rush Hour 2, but I couldn't tell you anything that happened.
I feel like, man, Rush Hour 1 and Rush Hour 2 are so like... Man, you can't watch Rush Hour 1 nowadays. It's like it's kind of tough to watch. At least the beginning portions.
Really?
Because like I mean, look, you got Chris Tucker out there. You talk about Jackie Chan, Mr. Rice-A-Roni, and talking about speaking English.
Some of the jokes, yeah, sure.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Doesn't hold up.
Yeah, but it's actually a really good movie.
I'm gonna just do a speed round because we're an hour 7 in. So let's just yes or no.
Okay.
Forrest Gump.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, how about...
I've seen the reference, though.
Goodfellas.
Haven't seen it.
That's probably like in my top 5 favorite movies. We said Pulp Fiction.
Yep.
Good Will Hunting.
No, I've seen it though.
I was late to Good Will Hunting. I didn't watch Good Will Hunting until maybe 5 years ago.
Oh,
but it's very good.
Okay, I hear that. I hear about that one a lot too.
I recommend Good Will Hunting. It's a kind of an easy watch. You ain't gotta,
Would Hitch be in there?
No.
Really?
Hitch is not even one of Will Smith's best movies.
What? I hear so much about Hitch.
What have you heard?
I've heard that people really like it.
Who people?
I don't know. People on Twitter.
Okay, Twitter it's never a place to go.
But I usually the general consensus is like, oh man, you should watch Hitch.
Who are these people?
I don't know.
No.
So no on Hitch?
No on Hitch.
Okay.
No.
That's weird because I've seen Hancock all the way through.
Hancock? Wait a minute. I feel like we should just do a list of Will Smith movies. Have you seen Ali?
No.
What? What is this? He was nominated for an Oscar for that movie.
That's right. He was, wasn't he?
Oh my goodness.
This looks real bad, huh?
Men in Black?
Not all the way through.
Oh my God, it gets worse. So you've watched Hitch and Hancock, but you've never seen Ali, and you've never seen Men in Black all the way through?
Not all the way through.
Well, you said you saw Independence Day.
Yes.
All right.
I honestly forgot he was in that movie.
Oh my God.
That's right, he is in that movie.
This is awful. Okay, I'm just gonna name some movies off the top of my head.
Okay.
That I know are definitely like big name movies. Have you ever seen Jurassic Park?
Not all the way through.
Have you seen E.T.?
Not all the way through.
I actually never seen that movie either. Have you seen? Well, you never saw The Godfather.
Nope.
Have you seen Scarface?
Not all the way through. Just the one quote.
I saw Scarface all the way through once, and I didn't like it.
Oh, really?
It was okay. It was okay.
I feel like the quote won't live up to the movie won't live up to the quote.
It was just okay to me.
Okay.
I had issues with Scarface. I don't understand why people say Scarface is their favorite movie of all time. That's weird to me. And once you see Scarface, there's nothing there that you can say like, okay, like usually like you can tell like, okay, I could. If somebody said this is their greatest favorite movie of all time,
even that was like oh man.
I that one more than Scarface, but I don't really know how.
I assume it's just like the Christmas and family aspect of it that people would say, and all the antics.
Yeah, sure.
Because I
watch Home Alone every year, but I only watch it during Christmas time.
Yeah, I did too. At a certain point, it's like, and then I got to the point to where it was like, oh, I really just want to see like the third act. that's like
See, I liked the second act.
Oh, really? When they try to like.
I just like the parts where he's just home alone
by himself, right?
I would have liked the whole movie just of him being in the house by himself, and he's just he's going to the store and he's freaking out because like he sees the neighbor who scares him, and he runs out with a toothbrush and he didn't pay for it.
Hey, gotta pay for that.
Yeah,
and he starts booking it.
Yeah, just boogies, and he goes to the grocery store and he's got coupons.
I think my favorite part of that movie is the pizza man, and then he plays the movie. Okay. It's like, well, yeah. 1, 2, 10. He starts shooting.
I would have done well
with just the Home Alone aspect
with just
of it.
That the now that I'm older, I just see the violence.
Yeah,
and I'm like, how is he not dead? Like this kid should be on trial. Like they should go to jail, but there should be some accountability.
The fact that dude's head was on fire for that long.
Yes.
And all he did was just put his head in the ice and it was good.
Not only was it stuff like that, once they got to the second movie, it was much worse.
Oh, really?
Because now they were falling from distances.
Oh.
He was throwing bricks from the top of the roof and hitting Marv in the face like several times over.
Poor
like
Marv.
every time Marv tried to get up, he catch another brick to the head from like 3
stories up. Yeah.
And he's just like right. And I'm like, dude, like concussions, cracked skulls. Brain damage, traumatic brain damage. Yep. Like
that dude's dead.
Yeah, at least some broken bones. Nobody broke a bone in that movie.
Nah,
he was throwing like full pipes.
That dude stepped through a nail on the first movie.
Yeah, yeah,
and it was good.
Yeah, he had the spider that crawled on his face,
and what he hit him with?
He hit him with a crowbar.
With a crowbar.
Yeah. Yeah, he hit him with the crowbar.
Yeah, how you like it, huh? You jerk.
Yeah, that was
yikes.
Yeah, just like it was like
man, showing that to your kid.
Yeah,
and it's like that's what happens when robbers come to the house.
Yeah. Oh, and also in part 2, Kevin pushes the huge heavy toolbox down the stairs, and I can't forget both of their names, but Marv and
the other one.
It's gonna bug me. I can't think of his name. They're on the other side of the door. The tool chest hits the door, breaks the door off the hinges, pushes them with the door against the wall, and crushes them up against the wall.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
Yeah, you're dead.
You're right. There's no way.
At bare minimum, your lungs are
collapsed
crushed.
lungs at the very least, punctured lungs.
Yeah,
if not broken ribs.
They
got none of that stuff. So anyway,
I think that'll do it for the movie portion of the podcast. Like you said, what we had an hour
14.
Jeez.
Yeah, we'll call it. There's gonna be way more movies.
Oh yeah, as we go on, we're gonna find out more movies that I didn't watch
Yeah.
And specifically in the Hancock situation where I saw like the weird one movie.
If we just like focused in on like one actor, like, okay, so like Will Smith, we got some work to do there.
Okay.
Tom Hanks, I'm scared to ask.
I don't even know what movie he's in. Be honest.
Leonardo DiCaprio,
I've never seen any of his movies.
Yeah, I don't have any high hopes that you've seen any of his movies.
What's the one where he points at the screen?
Huh?
What's the one where he does like the point when he's like drinking some or something?
Oh, so you know memes.
Yeah.
That was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
No, I definitely ain't seen that.
I saw that movie.
Which one is the one that Grant always talks about? The what is it called? Moneyball?
That wasn't him. That was Brad Pitt.
Oh my god! I got all these white people mixed up. I got Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, Tom Hanks.
Well, Dillon's a racist.
Confirmed. What you want
They're
from
all the same people. Matt Damon's made some good movies too. That's Good Will Hunting.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
And Brad Pitt's another person. We could just focus on his movies.
I couldn't tell you a movie he's in.
Fight Club.
Oh, that's right. My bad. I always think of the other guy when I think of Fight Club.
Edward Norton?
Yeah.
He's been in some pretty good ones, too.
Brad Pitt. What's another Brad Pitt movie?
Oh, there's so many. I just watched Troy.
Couldn't tell you.
Interview with the Vampire.
Never heard of it.
Moneyball.
There you go. I haven't even seen that movie, but I know Grant talks about it.
I'm not even going to say Legends of the Fall. What's the point? Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I haven't seen that one all the way through, but I want to.
Okay, Ocean's 11.
Have I seen an Ocean's movie yet? I don't think so. I know I've seen your DVDs.
I got the whole set.
Yeah, you got the whole set.
I love Ocean's 11. Ocean's 11 is probably my favorite movie of all time.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Meet Joe Black? No.
What's a movie that Tobey Maguire is like a focus point that's not Spider-Man?
The Great Gatsby. Also has Leonardo DiCaprio in it.
I think we saw that in school.
Probably.
I think that, yeah.
Yeah, because that's the book is usually a book that a lot of schools will have students read.
Yeah, okay.
I think your mom said she had to read it in school. I never had to read The Great Gatsby, but I do want to see the movie.
Man, I've seen so much Tobey Maguire that I have Brad Pitt.
I don't know too many of his movies that's not Spider-Man, though.
Right.
Because The Great Gatsby came out like fairly recently. Like he was already way past Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, he was done with Spider-Man 3.
He doesn't do a lot of stuff anymore.
Well, he said like Spider-Man 1 isn't Spider-Man 1 like one of the best
It did really well.
movies that he did.
Yeah, the Spider-Man series is like his claim to fame.
Yeah, he's cool.
I don't know. But you don't do it for the money.
Well, you don't think to.
But I mean, you should be doing it for the craft because you love acting.
Yeah. Thing, you also have some that's just like, where's the paycheck?
Sure. I don't. Tobey Maguire never struck me as that.
Nah, I don't think he's doing that for sure.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was. You don't know that movie episode. I don't even know what episode number this is.
Whatever. It's the movie episode.
9.
It's the movie episode.
I was gonna cut you off. I was gonna do it until you.
Huh?
I was gonna do the do until you ended the podcast, but then you didn't.
I was confused. I didn't know what was happening. I thought today was the day you finally lost it.
Oh man, that's how I lose it on the podcast episode. Whatever. No one saw it coming.
Nobody saw it coming.
All right, that's us.
All right.
I'm Dillon. That's Nick.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.